play Meadowbrook Golf Course, Fort Worth, Texas. Little chipping area. Hole 1, Meadowbrook Golf Course, par 5, 468 yard. Straight ahead, fairway, bunker on the right side. You've got to aim at the top of that hill roughly and let it run down. Lots of rough and trees on the right side, trees on the left side. Pretty tight starting window here. All right, here's looking down at this par 5. This is up top where that hill is. Back this direction is the tee box. We're looking at about 164 yards downhill. With slope, you're looking at about 150 to that green. Should be a wide open shot. You do have trouble off the backside, right and left side. But here's your shot coming in on 1. Here's a look at the green. Big hill on the right side, so when you're coming up over that hill, you got a big fall off on the right side, and all around the back of this green just drops off down toward the bottom. You can see all the undulation. It's kind of got backstops on the left side, the middle, and it kind of runs off the right side a little bit. But there's your look at your hole 1 green. Okay, hole 2, blue tees, par 3, 127 yards from that mark, depending on the flag placement. But here's a look at your shot coming in. You got a front green side bunker, lots of room to miss all over the place, right, left, back. Short, of course, is the bunker, but here's your look at your hole 2, par 3. All right, here's your shot coming in on the green on 2. Lots of fall off there on the left side. Runs back a little bit, high point here next to the flag today. As you look at your hole 2 green. 352 yard par 4, a little closer from today's tee box. Tight window here coming in. Trees right and left, a little water here on the right. See your green straight ahead. There's your look at your hole 3 fairway. All right, here's your approach coming in on 3. I just took a long iron at it and got it down the middle. Got about 140 to the flag. Tree trouble on the right. A little bit of trouble long with a fence, OB back there. Fence on the left. Other than that, you got a lot of room to work with coming in, as long as you stay in the middle. There's your look at your approach coming in on 3. Here's a look at your hole 3 green. Long green. Looks like it goes back to front a little bit. Pretty smooth overall. Like I said, lots of room to miss over here on this. Get the tee box over here. You got a little room on the left side, a little bit on the back, not much room on the right side. Okay, hole 4 is a 331 yard par 4 from the blues. Another tight tee box. Trees right here up front, but it does open up around the corner over there and a little bit on the right side. Trees leaning over into the fairway a little bit here on the left. There's your fairway window here. Bunker, left side, and a bunker long left. It looks like it's green side up there by them putting. So there's your green on that side. There's your look at your hole 4 fairway. Okay, here's a look in at the green on 4 from your approach. Got the bunker here on this left side, wide open fairway here on the right. You're about 100 yards out from this point, maybe a little less on today's flag placement with the red. But here's your look coming in. You got that green side bunker on the right. Lots of room to miss, but some downhill runoff there on the left and maybe the backside. But here's your look at your approach shot coming in at 4. All right, here's a look at the green on 4. Big drop off right there up front. Kind of a back to front look. There's your room off the backside. Lots of room to miss. Up high, pretty wide open. There's your look at your number 4 green. Okay, here we are at the hole 5, another par 3. Uphill, says 140, even with the slope it's at 140, must be a closer flag, but you do have a greenside bunker protecting it going in and off to the right. You can look like you can miss long here, just don't go too high up, it's pretty thick. Got a rock there on the backside. Miss left a little bit, you're good, but there's a look at your hole 5 par 3. Here's that hole 5 green, very long back to front, long and thin. You got that front bunker on that side going down the hill, and you got one there on the back, way back right side. There's your look at your hole 5 green. Okay, hole 6 is a par 5. It says 538 yards from the marker. There's your look at your fairway. This hole goes to the right. You've got a bunker that plays almost 200 straight ahead, depending on where you shoot it. Looks like it goes down to the left a little bit. And another looks like a bunker down the left side of the fairway, down that way next to the cart path. If you miss right over those trees, you should be safe. Looks like it runs parallel with another fairway. Way left is OB. But here's your look at your hole 6 fairway, wide open look. All right, here's our look at the shot coming in. We just got past this bunker. I'm shooting from here just to give you another look. Once you get over that hill, you're about 234 out to that last tree just as a marker. Down that hill, just left of the bunker is toward the green. But there's your look at your next shot coming in. All right, here's the look coming in at your final approach, about 100 yards from here, about 95 or so with slope. You do get water trouble on the right side, and you do have a big hill that'll bring that ball back down past that bunker there on the left. Opens up there around the green side on the left side, but not much room to miss long or right. But there's your look at your final approach coming in this par 5. Okay, here's that green on 6. Pretty wavy, but not too bad. Just coming down here, you get that big hill coming down on that left side, right side again. There's water. I hit a shot that I thought was down the middle and just ran it. Just this little hill coming in just pushes it off down, and my ball was down there in this water right here. So be cautious of that coming in. But there's your look. It's your hole 6 green. All right, here we are, hole 7, 427 yard par 4, plays long. Uphill here at the tee box. Got a bunker that plays 193, around 200, depending on where the tee boxes are that day. Seems like just left of that line, the line is just left of the cart path. It's pretty much where you want to be. Between that tree and that cart path is the line for the fairway. As you look at your hole 7 tee box. Here's a look at the hole 7 approach coming in just over the hill. There's that bunker there on the left side. Just wanted to take a look at the shot coming in over the hill, give you a look of what you got coming in. There is you're about 200 to 180, just depending on where I'm standing. I'll move forward a little bit. You're about 180 from this point. See a greenside bunker there on the left. Lots of room to miss right up this way, and a little bit long, but it runs downhill behind the green. There's your look coming in on hole 8. All right, here's a look at your hole 7 green. Pretty flat overall. Runs off the backside a little bit on that side. You're gonna miss long. You're going downhill into the brush. The backside right and the backside left just runs off near this green side bunker over here. You see the runoff down that way, but here's your look at your hole 7 green. All right, here we are, hole 8, another par 3 of the 6 that's on this course. 3 in the front, 3 in the back. Looking down into it with the slope, you're looking at about 144, 160 from the marker. From the blue tees today, we're about 144 with the slope. You can see your bunkers there, back, left, and kind of slight left front. Lots of room to miss short right and wide right. There's your look at your last par 3 on the front 9. All right, here's a look at that hole 8 green. Pretty long, another very long and thin green. Deep bunker on the back side, deep bunker on the left side over there in the corner, and then one just to the left on the short side. There's your look at your hole 8 green. .305 yard par 4, hole 9. Pretty wide open fairway. There's your look at your hole 9 fairway. There's a look at your bunkers in front of the green. Those are playing about 150, 160. I have not shot them, but they're close. Lots of room on the right side to miss, even room on the left side to miss. So you can go pretty firm at this hole. Not too much trouble, not too much danger. There's your look at your hole 9 fairway coming in. Here's your look coming in on this hole 9, uphill, just about 100 yards out. There's that front bunker protecting that green. Just slight little hill getting up there. Not too much trouble around that green. Just go right at it on your approach. Here's a look at your hole 9 green. Large green area. Runs back deep. Pretty wavy. Lots of bumps and hills to work with. See the tee box back that way. Here's your look at your hole 9 green. All right, here's a look at hole 10, par 4, 307 from the marker. Troubled wide right, maybe troubled wide left. I don't remember if there's water over there. We'll take a look when we get there, but there's a look straight away at your fairway in the green. Again, 307 yards straight out. Here's your shot coming in over the hill, about 70 or 80 yards out from this point. Runs downhill. There is water way left on this hole when you're coming in. A couple of bunkers there on the front right, one on the left. You can miss long over those bunkers, and behind the green you're pretty safe. There is backyard, but that's pretty far off that green. Lots of room to miss there on the right side. But here's your look coming in at 10. Okay, here's a look at your hole 10 green. See the bunker right here. We'll fall off on the front side, fall off on the left side, kind of elevated here on the right. Here's a good look at your hole 10 green. Hole 11, par 3. It says 135. It's playing about 125 today. Left to right. Lots of room to miss on the left side. Obviously, there's water here. Short right that you want to avoid. But here's a look at your par 3, hole 11. Okay, here's a look at that long par 3 green. Long and thin. Back to front goes forever. It's a little slope on the backside. Backstop back here. A little water runoff over there in the middle. There's your look at your par 3 green. All right, here we are at hole 12, 507 yard par 5. You got 2 trees right here kind of guiding you down the fairway. Fairway left of that bunker, which that bunker is about 218 on the shoot. Right down that hill, and I think the green breaks off to the right a little bit. There's your look at your hole 12 fairway. All right, here's a look coming in at 12 on this par 5. If you get out the way, to this left side, the ball wants to slope down anyway. If you get it in the fairway, it'll push it down to this left side, give you a good look in past those trees here. But we're looking at about 175, 178 to that front bunker green side, and then that flag's probably a good 180 plus. You can see the green runs pretty long right to left from this look. But here's your look coming in on your hole 12 approach. The slope on this par 5 green right here is diabolical. If you're down here on this portion of the green and you have an uphill putt, you gotta get everything you have into that thing. But here's your look at your par 5 green. Lots of room all around it to miss. Lots of room coming around. There is a little creek running through, has water in it, in between the fairway and this green. Flat overall uphill up here on top. But here's your look at your par 5 green. Okay, hole 13 is a par 4, 333. It says from this tee box straight over this tree. You can see the flag. Bunker's there on the right side of that green. You got water way right. Room on the left is the 12 fairway, so missing left is all right and missing a little bit right is okay, but you do have a little bit of runoff with some tall grass there on the left side coming down toward that green. But here's your look at your tee shot coming in at 13. All right, from the bottom of the fairway coming in, here's your look at your approach coming up to the flag. Elevated green, right side bunker. Little fairway bunker here hidden behind the hills. There's your look at your flag coming in. We're about 60, 65 yards out from this point. All right, here's a look at your 13 green. Back to front, runs off the front side. This is a tough hole. Appears to be easy because of distance, but it's protected by lots of bunkers and a downhill green. And there's your look at your 13 green. All right, here we are, hole 14, 203 yards, playing about 215 from this point. See the flag straight ahead, it's par 3. Should look at your fairway to this par 3. You can see the green over the hill. It's a little tree on the left side. Other than that, it's pretty wide open. Go right at it. All right, here's a look at your par 3 green. Very wavy, lots of movement, lots of fall off there on that corner, fall off on this spine here, runs down left. And as you look at that par 3 green. All right, here's a look at hole 15, 393 yard par 4. Straight away fairway, you can see the green just beyond those leaves. Lots of room to miss left, lots of room to miss right. Trees on the right side running down this fairway. Otherwise, you got a wide open look at this hole 15 fairway. All right, here's a look at your final approach coming in, only about 30 to 40 yards out. If you got a good tee shot on it with your driver, bunker there on the front left. Wide open green, but it is falling off the back left and right side. And there's your look at your final approach coming in. Here's a look at the hole 15 green. Big drop off on the front side. From right here runs downhill, and from right here runs downhill this way. Runs off the back side. Pretty scary hole. If you can't get it to stop, it's going to take off and run down the hill. There's your look at your 15 green. All right, get a par 3 here at 16. It says 145, but it's playing about 123 today with the flag and the front tee box. Wind coming in at us. Here's your look at your 16 par 3. Bunker left side of that green and water in between. Tall brush on the right side of the cart path. Looks like you can miss long, get a little backstop back there. There's your look at your 16 par 3. Hole 16 front flag. This green runs down this way, just a little bit down towards the water. Then the backside just falls off. If there's a middle flag, you're dealing with this runoff and then just all the way downhill this way. Very long green, very spread out. As you look at your 16 par 3 green. Okay, hole 17, 451 yards says on the little table there. That bunker's playing about 212 with the slope, and your hole is going to be right around that big tree. I guess you could carry over the top of it, or you could lay up and play it short. There's your look at your 17 fairway from the tee box. Here's your bunker that we were shooting from the tee box. It was 218 out. Water in between the fairway and the green. From back here, it's about 130 out, about 210 to the flag from this point. If you want to lay up or go for it, here's your look. Trees on the right, pretty wide open on the left. And there's your green straight up. Here's a look at the back side of this par 5 17 green. See coming up from the fairway this way, coming up. Got a backstop back here on this side. A little bit of runoff from the middle of the green down toward the front. Kind of see it comes all the way out this way. And there's your 17 green. Okay, here's a look at hole 18, 416 yard par 4. About 256 yards to the bunker there on the left. Line, I think, is right over that bunker, headed back in. You see the golf carts up that way. Lots of room to miss right side, a little bit of room to miss left. There's your look at your 18 fairway. All right, here's a look at the approach coming in on 18. About 165 yards going in. Looks like a bunker to be on the right side and the left side front of this green. Lots of room to miss long, lots of room to miss right and left. go right at it, slight uphill look. And there's your final approach coming to 18. Okay, here's a look at the 18 green. Blue flag today, top shelf it looks like on this green, and then it wants to run down. You see a slight little hill coming down, and it kind of funnels back down to the front. I guess when you're coming in the left side of the green. Bunker here on this side, the left side coming in, and a front bunker, front right on the other side. There's your look at your 18 green.